see time and time again I relapse, but love has never left me. Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back. But if I give, will you take? Only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day you dream of. You forgive my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day you dream of. Who needs a heart that tears apart?
Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday, I think it is. I think it's Wednesday. Let's see. Yeah, it's Wednesday. As you guys can see, my little morning coffee routine looked very different this morning. I have a water, which I got this at Target, and the Target dollar spot for $5. It goes up to, it says it goes up to 48 ounces, but on the tag it said 50 ounces. So if you fill it up to like here, it's 50 ounces of water. So if you're trying to hit big goals with water this year or at all, this is like perfect. It's 50 ounces, but it still fits comfortably in my hand, and I have like little hands, so just for reference, I love the fact that it has a nice sturdy handle on it, and then it also has like a lock on it. I talked about this in my what I eat in a day video, so if you watch that video, then you're kind of getting just a little small recap. But it has like a lock on it, so you can unlock it and then pop it open. I love it. And then it does have a straw, and then you can close it back, lock it up. It's leak proof, spill proof. Absolutely love this, and it was $5. I feel like it was a really good price. So I've been trying to get in as close to 100 ounces of water every single day, if I can help it. So I usually always finish at least one, so if I get at least one of these, then I feel like I did really good. But I know that I need to be taking in way more water, so this is really nice because I can fill it twice, and then I know if I've drank at least two, then I did super good for water. And then of course I'm having coffee, but I'm also having breakfast. This is as you guys saw, the Walmart Premier protein shakes. This is the caramel flavor, and I'm not kidding you, if you mix it with like, some people like to only do like 4 ounces of like a strong brewed coffee. This morning I kind of forgot to push the small button, just out of habit. I pushed the middle 8-ounce cup like I always do, but I just dumped like a teeny bit out because I didn't want it to be like too watered coffee down or whatever. So I had about this much coffee, and then I filled it up with the protein shake and dumped a bunch of ice in it, and now I'm having like an iced coffee, but it'll get me nice and full. 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and yeah, so that's gonna be my breakfast and coffee. It's 8:46, so I'm getting a late start to coffee. I needed to get like right on to the line because we were already in queue, so I wanted to get on and try to get us out of queue. And I had a second to step away so I could start the vlog. It's the 4th, and this is the first time I've vlogged all year. So I have missed vlogging. I put up a grocery haul that went up on the 1st, I believe, and then my what I eat in a day video went up, I want to say yesterday. So this is the first vlog of 2023, and I'm very excited. I have missed vlogging, and I haven't picked the camera up to vlog in like 4 days because today's the 4th, and I want to say I vlogged either on the 30th or the 31st. No, I vlogged like on the 29th or the 30th. So it's been almost a week really since I've picked up the camera to actually do a vlog. So I have missed y'all, even though y'all have seen a couple of videos come out from me that are not vlogs. It's just not like vlogging. It's just not like having the camera with you all day. So I do have a couple of things I want to get done around the house. Kitchen always needs to be clean. I need to write in my planner, I need to call the leasing office, just little itty bitty things. I need to run out and make a car payment. So I hope you guys will enjoy coming along for my day. But yes, I'm going to get my water in, drink my iced coffee, my protein iced coffee, and then I'll get back with you guys a little bit later. When I make breakfast, I won't make breakfast until I take my first break, but when I make breakfast, I'm going to be meal prepping breakfast for my husband tomorrow and Friday. because he goes back to work tomorrow. He only has to work Thursday, Friday, and then he's off for the weekend. And then Monday will be his like first true week back to work. He's been off for 2 weeks for the break, and so he's really enjoyed that. Spike, cut it out. Cat, he's always getting into something he should not be getting into. But anyway, just wanted to say good morning and technically hi and happy new year from the first vlog. I hope you guys have been having a good new year so far. I have felt very refreshed and inspired and excited about this year. So, oh, I've also had a couple of treat days because you guys know I've been doing low carb, but I had a couple of treat days. I had a treat day yesterday, very nice. I had Jersey Mike's, which is the top tier, the best. So anyway, time to get back on the horse. My husband goes last night because he had, you know, he's doing low carb with me, and so he had a little treat as well. He's like, babe, low carb tomorrow. I was like, we're getting back on the horse tomorrow. So today's gonna be a nice low carb day, so I'll bring you guys along for that. And we eat the same thing every day pretty much. Like, I eat the same thing for breakfast. I eat about the same type of things for lunch every day, and dinner we always eat some type of meat and some type of vegetables. Very boring, very very habitual, if you will, but I enjoy having you guys with me, keeping me company, and I know you all enjoy keeping me company. So let's just get started with the day, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Okay, I am getting ready to meal prep some foods. Look at this. It's just, ugh, I hate it. Getting ready to meal prep some foods. I'm having these Banquet brown and serve sausages. I love these. They're so good. They're like the cheap processed, probably not real sausages, but I love them. And then I have some sausage links here, and then also patties. And I'm going to prep. I'm going to cook breakfast for us this morning, but I'm also going to make my husband's breakfast for Thursday and for Friday, so that way when he's ready to eat before he leaves for work, he can just come in here and warm it up, and I don't have to worry about cooking it. And I'll be working anyway. So I wanted to bring you guys along for that. So he's having patties this morning. Y'all, so I got it's right on the ledge. So I have 4 patties in here. He'll have 2 today, and then he'll have 2, one of the either Thursday or Friday, and then he'll have these 4 links Thursday or Friday, and then I've got my 4 little cheapy Banquets in there. Those are the ones that I really like. So I'm going to throw these in the air fryer, and while this is all cooking up, I am going to scramble up all the eggs, which are right here. And I've pulled out enough eggs for 2 meals today, and then Thursday, Friday, so I think that's 8 eggs. Get this in the air fryer, which I need to clean my air fryer because it's disgusting. But anyway, let me just go ahead and start it. It presets 400 degrees, 20 minutes, but I'll be watching it as I'm cooking. But let's go ahead and quickly cook up these scrambled eggs.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even...
Alright, so I have his eggs portioned out, and then I have our eggs laid out for today's breakfast. And then I'm gonna get the sausages in here when they are done. They'll probably be done in the next like 3 to 4 minutes. Here's my breakfast for the morning, and I usually only eat 3 of these because the serving is 3 for 2 net carbs. but there were only 4 left in the box, so I'm having an extra one and I already bid it. And this is what I'm having. I'm gonna put this in my app and see how much it is for 1 extra link, but I don't care about that, so it should be fine. So I'm gonna have 4 of those instead of 3. And then this is my husband's meal prep. 1 is links, 1 is patties. And I had to cut them because I wanted to make sure the inside got done. So he's having patties this morning, and then he'll have links one day, and then I'll have patties another day. So this is what breakfast / meal prep looks like. Super easy meal prep. And then I usually like throw in an apple or oranges or strawberries, whatever he has, and he can have some fruit in the morning too.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
I just went on lunch. It's been a really good day. My pantry door is always open and I don't know why. It's been a really good day so far. I just went on lunch. I'm sitting here writing in my planner. So far, I keep my planner super messy. I just use each day to scribble down all the things that I need to talk about or things I need to do and handle on that day. Hi, baby. Spike is down here. If you guys haven't noticed, we took the tree down. So now it's nice and big and open right here. So I'm gonna do something a little more with this wall. I really love what we have up here. Maybe I have to show you guys those pictures one day so you guys can get a really good look at them. But then this whole wall is just nice and empty. So we'll have to figure out something to do here. And then me and my husband have been debating on getting rid of this table, which most certainly would be bittersweet because, as you guys know, I inherited this table from my Uncle Johnny's home. He passed away in 2021 from COVID-19. So we inherited that table from his home, and I really would love to keep it, but it's very old and it's just not functional for our current space. And I've been debating on if I want to just reupholster the chairs or get new chairs, keep the table, because the table's in great condition. We just haven't been sure what we wanted to do, but I'm thinking we're probably just gonna get rid of it and get a new table there, or have this space just big and empty until we invest and get another smaller table that will just work better there. And it won't be high top chairs, just be regular old chairs that'll just be a little bit more functional in this space. So anyway, I wanted to share a couple of updates. Well, one update in the house with you guys, and that is, apart from the tree coming down, that I moved the spice cabinet, or I moved my spices from here to up in here. So I wanted to show you guys how I kind of have it set up. And excuse how dusty and dirty everything is. My stove is a mess like it always is. So I wanted to show that to y'all, and I have all my spices in here actually now. So this is actually working perfect for me. I used to keep my overflow spices up here, but what I did was I found this it's tiered. It's like a 3-tier what is this called? It's a 3-tier spice shelf. And I found it at Ross for $4. And they're kind of pricey. I've been looking around, looking on Amazon, Target, Walmart, all the places, and I haven't found one as cheap as $4, and it holds every spice that I use for the most part. I do have my overflow spices that I moved to this side, and like I said, for the most part it holds all my spices. I do have 2, 4, 5 spices here, and then right here I have 3 bottles that are actually empty, and I need to buy new spices to stock those up. I got a little bit of garlic herb seasoning left, but I need some steak seasoning, and then I need, usually for this one I just put some type of like Mrs. Dash or something that's a savory one, but that's what I have in here. And I also found this little Lazy Susan at Ross, and I know what you're thinking, Kendra, why don't you just use the Lazy Susan that you had sitting here? And that's because it was bigger than this one, and it poked out by about that much, so it wouldn't fit up here, and my door wouldn't close all the way. So I actually found this one at Ross too, and it was $2 or $3. And yes, it's leaning because I have all the glass on this side, but that's all right. These are my salt and pepper refills. I just get these from Walmart. They're really good quality. So this is that Mediterranean sea salt, and then we really like the peppercorn medley with all the different colors. That just has a really good flavor. And then all of my overflow spices are in here. So got my chicken bouillon, some toothpicks, and then just my overflows. This is that poultry seasoning that I love so much. The Badia brand is like my favorite. I actually prefer Badia's seasoned salt over Lowry's. I know, especially in the South, everybody loves Lowry's. For me, it's just a little too salty per se, and not enough seasoned. But the Badia seems to have a really good blend of seasoned salt. So anyway, this Southern Blend poultry seasoning is super good. And then yeah, these are just all my overflow spices that I have in here. And then on this side is all my spices that I use. They're not organized alphabetically or nothing cute like that. I'm saving that for my dream home. And I would really love to have a really big drawer, you know, like a super wide drawer to pull out that would hold all my spices in a rack in my home. So just wanted to share this with you guys. Y'all know I love all things home and home decor and just getting my home a little bit more functional. So I will also link these spice jars down below. I got 24 spice jars and then like a million labels. Want to say it was less than $20. It might have been $24. I can't remember, but I will link it down below, and I'll actually pull those spice labels out so you guys can see all the spice labels. But when I tell you I have spice labels for years to come, like years to come, and these jars are just such good quality. Nothing came broken or dented. They wash easy. I love them so much. And then it's just a little, in my opinion, cheap, under $30. A little cheap way to kind of really like make my apartment house feel more like a home and more like mine when I cut and customize some things in my home, because there's a lot of things about apartment living that you don't have control over. So I love being able to just do little things like this. So I also wanted to show you guys this little cheese grater. So I bought a mini cheese grater, so it's got like the big grate, the standard size grate, and then like the little mini grate micro, and then it also has like a cheese slicer or shaver on the side. And I got this at Ross as well, and I want to say it was $2.99 or $3.99, so it's obviously not super high quality, but it's a cheese grater and it'll work just fine. What would you grate with this? You can barely see anything. I don't even barely see a hole, but nonetheless, I would be using the larger side anyway. I really like the farmhouse cut when you grate your own cheese. And then I thought this was really cool too, to be able to make slices of cheese for snacking. So like I said, I got this at Ross and it was either $2.99 or $3.99. It was super inexpensive, and I've been needing a cheese grater because I've just been using my little hand grater. So having this is really nice. So I wanted to share that with y'all as well. Just purchasing the things I need for the home, and I was very excited about the spice cabinet, and we're trying to find ways to get things off of the counters. So this makes a world of difference when you need space to prep foods and when you're trying to clean and make it look less cluttered. Having that large spice rack here and moving it out of the way makes a world of difference. So this little jar just holds my different straws. The clear straws, I bought these in a pack of 12 from Amazon. They're just clear reusable straws and they were really cheap. I can try to link these below as well. And then all these larger straws you see go to all of my different Starbucks cups, these are different Starbucks cups, and then some of these are my husband's, and then this goes to these large like boba looking plastic straws go to my Tervis cups. So anyway, figured I would share that with you guys. And then of course this is all my husband over here. I want to say this is Crown. It's either Crown or what's his other one, Hennessy. I want to say that's Crown though. And then Patron, just tequila. I'm good on both of those. And then this is the Taylor port wine. It's super good. We've been enjoying it. It's like all the way down to here now. It is very strong to be wine, so it's an 18% alcohol wine, which is ridiculous if you ask me. I like to mix that with a splash of like white peach juice or grape juice and make like a little sangria. But yeah, just figured I would show you guys a little update of my spice cabinet. Love it. And then up here I keep my little makeshift what do you call this, makeshift recipe book. I literally just bought a cheapy little binder, and I've had this binder since I got married. As you can see, it's stained and gross and old, but I don't care about that. I just care about having a place to hold all my recipes. And so whenever I find a recipe I like, I print it out and I put it in here. And this is a really cheap way until I'm able to afford cute fancy cookbooks one day, like I would really love to have. And then in the very back here I put all of the stickers that came with the spice jars. And as you can see, I have so many. Like, I'll just flip through a couple of pages just so you guys can kind of like get the gist. But I mean, when I tell you I have every, like, what is that? Anybody at all? What are these? So, I mean, you get literally any spice you can think of. So clearly, as extensive as my spice cabinet is, I have mango powder. I didn't know you could get mango powder. Yeah, ew. I won't ever be using that. I hate licorice. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know there's so many. And then there's also some on here that are not spices, like cereal, pasta, popcorn, quinoa, rice. So there are some here that are not spices, which you probably won't ever use unless I just want to stick one of these on my larger jars, which I won't. So yeah, again, this is just a way to make my home feel a little bit more mine and a little bit more homey. To some people this can seem extra, but for me, you know, when you live in an apartment and there's so many things about your apartment that you can't control, having cute little you know, things that are personalized and something you put together, and it just makes the organization that much more better and efficient. And also too, this is really good for living in small spaces, because I'm big on organization in my home. Since we're living in a small space, I'm really big on maximizing my organization as much as possible, and I'm not perfect at it. There are still some things that I am working on. My pantry, my fridge, which my fridge is disgusting. I really need to get in there and deep clean it one day, pull all the shelves out and everything. So there are a lot of things I'm still working on in my home when it comes to organization and making it functional. But the spices was like an easy start for me, and I've had these new spice jars for a while now. I'm gonna say almost a year I've had my spice jars, but just super inexpensive ways to kind of start the process of what one day will be how we function in our dream home one day. And I'm hoping that happens sooner rather than later. And then the spice jars, they were like a $25 investment. And I'm going to be using the same spice jars when we move into our dream home. And it's one less thing I have to prepare. So anyway, figured I would share that with you guys. My husband has a few of these oranges left up here. And he says that they're kind of like not as juicy or whatever anymore. So what I'm going to do, I pulled out my little hand juicer. that I purchased from Amazon some time ago, and I'm going to literally cut all these oranges in half and hand juice them. And then after that, I'm going to load these dishes into the dishwasher and start the dishwasher. I have some dishes in here. Yeah, I got some dishes in there already, but I just never started it. So those dishes have been sitting in there for over a day. Sorry, that's just my real life. Those dishes have been sitting there for over a day. So anyway, I'm gonna load the rest of these dishes in here and run the dishwasher and then juice up these oranges while I am finishing up the last little bit of my lunch. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys was my one of my goals for the year, which was spending more time with the Lord. And this is my little Amazing Grace devotional. It is a 365-day daily devotional. Some of you may have even seen these, or you may even have one, I'm not sure. But I found this at Ross, and the original retail price was $16.99, so $17, and I got this for like $2.99 or $3.99 at the beginning of 2022, I want to say, and I made it all the way to June the 30th, and then for whatever reason that just fell off and I wasn't doing the daily devotion out of here as much. I started doing it on my app more, so I have started over and I'm going to be doing my devotion. And this is perfect for people who are on the go. You don't have much time. I know that sounds bad, but when you just don't have a lot of time, but you still want to get some of that word in you and get a little piece of encouragement and you know, just motivation and get your spirit uplifted for your day, whether you want to start your day with it or end your day with it, this is perfect for that. So let me show you guys one of the pages. I'll just flip and open to a random page. It's the Amazing Grace. I don't even know who this is by Broad Street Publishing. It's very old, as you can see. It's kind of dirty and scuffed up. The camera's not picking it up too much, but I love this scripture on the back, and also too, it's in the NIV version, the New International Version, and that's my preferred Bible reading version. But I love this scripture. It says, "Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." And my goodness, if you only knew how many times I've had to approach his throne with a request, because life is hard. So I just love this. I love that the Lord sends us mercy and he sends us grace. He sends us strength to get us through when we need him the most. So like I said, it retailed for $17, but I got it for like, I want to say $4 at Ross. So let's just open up to a page. August 10th, and so it gives you what the topic is. It'll give you a scripture. So this one reads out of Psalm 112:7, and it gives it to you in different versions of the Bible, which is kind of cool. Like this one's the NIV, but this one is the NCV, this one is the NASB, which is really cool. So it gives you the scripture. This one says, "They won't be afraid of bad news. Their hearts are steady because they trust the Lord." And then I'm not going to read into all of this. I'll hold it here for a minute if you all can see it. But it just gives you like a sweet little message, just a little devotional to read, a little piece of truth. And then in purple is the prayer to pray when you just read through here. Just a little prayer to have on your heart. So this prayer says, "Father, my heart knows peace because I know you. Although I do not know what lies ahead of me, I know you, and that is enough. You are faithful and loving to me always, so even bad news cannot unravel my faith." I really, really love that. Love the little sweet little very practical prayers to read in here every day for the devotionals. And then in the blue, it always leaves you with a thought. It always leaves you with a call to action. And this one says, "Does your heart feel steady or anxious thinking about what you cannot predict or control?" And then it gives you a little space to be able to write every day. If you wanted to, you have like a little space that you can write down your notes and how you feel. So it gives you a moment to kind of be interactive. And at the beginning of every month, you have a really beautiful little floral illustration along with a scripture for the month. So I'm excited to get back into this. And even though I made it through 6 months, or really you might as well call it 7 months, because I was getting ready to start July 1st, it feels completely new to me all over again. Like I don't remember most of what I read. So I'm gonna start it fresh, and I am on the 4th. Today's the 4th, so I haven't looked at it yet, so I guess we can take a peek at it. And here it is. It's the mindset of Christ. So I'm going to read this. I'm not going to hold you guys on here any longer and make a sermon out of it. But this is the one that I'm on. And I'm going to read through this and have my quick little devotion. And then I'm going to juice those oranges and then load my dishwasher. I've got about 10 or 15 more minutes left of my lunch. And then I'll get back with you guys a little bit later.
Tonight we'll go a different way, you and me. Tell your friends that this might take some time and you'll be back another day. I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah, we can go so far, so far away. Baby, let's go far, so far, you and me. Let's dance the night away, we're locked together far away, you and me. We'll have a celebration to an unknown destination, can't you see? I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far, so far away. Baby, let's go far, so far, you and me. We'll dance on that till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby, we'll dance on that till the break of dawn. Come on.
The dishwasher is loaded and it was already so full that I could only fit certain things in there, and I still have things in my sink, but I don't feel like standing and hand washing them. I have 10 minutes left on my break. I'm gonna go sit down and watch a little bit of TV, which these 10 minutes are gonna fly by. But I'm gonna sit down and watch a little bit of TV. Also, I had a few of you message me and ask me if I had a P.O. box. I do not have a P.O. box. The fact that people ask me if I have a P.O. box is kind of crazy. I am going to get one. I told my husband, I was like, people are asking if I have a P.O. box. And he said, well, we need to get you one. So I'm going to sign up for a P.O. box. Don't know when I will. It just depends on whenever we can get down there to get one and sign up for one. So whenever I get a P.O. box, I will obviously let you guys know in that next video. And to those who have been asking and already asking and wanting to send me anything, even if it's a letter, just thank you. You are the sweetest. That is not something that I ever thought of, or I don't know, I just never thought of that for me, for my channel, from my subscribers. Just y'all being here and loving me and supporting my channel by liking and commenting and just being here. That to me is already asking the world. So for you all to want to send me something, whether it be a letter or whether it be, you know, like a Christmas gift. Had a couple of you said that they wanted to send me like a little Christmas gift. Y'all are just the sweetest, and I appreciate it. But yes, I will most certainly get a PO box. I think that would be awesome. Another way to hang out and communicate with y'all, because of course that's my favorite part of content creating in general. It's just being able to hang out with you guys and talk with y'all. So I am, like I said, gonna enjoy the last couple minutes of my break, and then I will chit chat with you guys a little bit later. I probably won't pick the camera up again until I get off of work, so I will talk to y'all then. It is 6:35 and I'm just not getting started on dinner, but y'all know me, dinner is always very quick and easy. So I have some chicken that I've already diced up. This is one whole family pack of chicken tenderloins. There's about 14 pieces in a family pack of chicken tenderloins. I cut up the whole thing because of course whatever we don't eat will make great meals for tomorrow. And Hubs goes back to work tomorrow, so it would be nice to send him to work with a little bit of leftover dinner if we have any leftover. And then I grated up the last 3 or 4 cloves of garlic that I had in the refrigerator because I didn't want it to spoil. So I have that, and then I have some butter that I'm gonna melt down and put over the tops of our potatoes because I'm gonna do Parmesan crusted potatoes. And then I have some cornstarch sitting out here that I'm going to put on this chicken with some seasonings that you see laid out here, because I'm going to like pan fry, make a little crispy, the chicken in the skillet. And then over here I have the last little bit of potatoes that we had sitting here. They're still good. They're kind of spotty, but they're still good. They've been washed and I've been pressing them, making sure they're not too soft, which they're not. They're good to go. So we're gonna have our Parmesan crusted crispy oven potatoes. So I'm gonna make those. We'll have about 5 potatoes each, which is about a serving. And then some vegetable oil sitting out here to put in the skillet to crisp up this chicken. And the cornstarch is going to be what helps the chicken get kind of crispy when you cook it in the skillet. And then with that, we are having our tried and true green beans. So I have some leftover broccoli and then another big bag, and then 2 more bags of these garlic butter green beans. And I asked Hubs which one he wanted, and he wanted these again. So this is what we're having tonight. And then of course I'm ending my night with my tried and true. So, and then we're probably going to be having chicken like every night for the next foreseeable future, because I have a whole bird right here, and then I have technically 4 more servings of chicken breast. Oh, I lied. Oh no. Yeah, I split them in half and freeze them in one bag to save on bags. So there's 2 servings in each one of my freezer bags. So, oh, here's another really good like carb friendly ice cream. This is really good if you just want a little something sweet and cold. Good stuff. And then I have my whole bird here. So we're gonna be having chicken for the next foreseeable future. But anyway, that is what I'm making for dinner, and I will bring you guys along per usual. Hubs is sitting over there watching his politics, and he likes to, you know, be passionate about what he's watching. So most of this is going to be montagey vibes like normal. So I hope you guys enjoy coming along for dinner, and let's go ahead and get started because it is getting late. Just kidding, I didn't show you guys the type of chicken I'm making. I'm going for a Cajun style tonight. So I pulled out Cajun seasoning, this Badia brand poultry seasoning that I showed earlier in this video. Love this stuff. And then for the herb, basil, and then I'm going to put some turmeric on it, 1 for some color and 2 for some anti-inflammatory properties. So I got that, and then like I said, I'll be putting probably a couple tablespoons, maybe, yeah, probably a couple tablespoons of cornstarch mixed in there with it to kind of help it get a little bit of a crisp or texture on it while it's cooking. And then of course some salt and pepper. Now let's get cooking.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day. But I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the
This kind of unexpectedly turned into a popcorn chicken night, like Chick-fil-A nuggets night. They definitely look like Chick-fil-A nuggets and they taste amazing. So I asked my husband if he wanted me to toss them in a little bit of Mount Buffalo, and he was like, yes please, and we can eat them with ranch with our potatoes and green beans. That's genius. So I'm going to dump them in here. I just had them in here to like catch grease and drippings and stuff, and I'm going to pour just a little bit of this buffalo sauce all over them. All right, just a teensy bit. We don't want them like too spicy, just want to give them a little extra something. And I'm gonna cover them, give them a good shake, and we are officially having like boneless little buffalo style Chick-fil-A style nuggets, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna give these a good shake, and then I'll show you guys what our dinner looks like once it's plated. The beans are done. The bottom is brown because the bottom is brown because I've let them just like sit on the eye, which I shouldn't do. And then the potatoes are looking really good. I'm gonna give those another 20 minutes because we like our skins really crispy and the inside super fall apart tender. So those will get another 15 minutes, and then maybe another 10 because they're already brown on top, and then we'll be eating. So I'll show you guys what dinner looks like as soon as I have it plated. So I wanted to try to find other ways to make chicken since we're eating it a lot, and I must admit these little impromptu Chick-fil-A nugget looking inspired things tossed in buffalo sauce, yes please. Potatoes, green beans, ranch. This is like the adult version of a kid's meal, and I'm living for it. So I'm about to go eat this. Probably not all of it. I always make a plate bigger than what I can actually finish. Y'all know me. But it looks pretty, so I wanted to show you guys. That's what dinner looks like. And I've got about 5 potatoes worth there. Don't know if I'll finish them all. The green beans I'm definitely finishing because those are bomb. And then I've got some chicken here. And then this is my husband's plate. I gave him all the rest of the potatoes. That's why they're like a mountain on his plate. Chicken, beans are like, again, hidden by all the potatoes. And then we do have some chicken left over, which if my husband does not get to this tonight, this is a perfect amount for him to take for work. And then I can just steam him a serving of broccoli to go with it. So he'll have this and then some steamed broccoli, and then I'll pack him some ranch in one of these little cups for his lunch. And then if he does eat this, then he'll probably have tuna and or like ham and cheese or something. So this is what dinner looks like, and I'm about to go sit down and enjoy this. I'm very tired. It is 7:02, so I've done all of this in what, 25 minutes, 30 minutes? Go me. Hey y'all, did not end the vlog last night. I was very tired, and I did not realize just how much I needed some rest until after we got done eating our dinner. I laid in the bed and just crashed, and I was just catching up on some voice memos with Sarah and Keisha and Steph, just some of my good girlfriends. And before I knew it, I was dozing off, and my husband was walking in the room like, baby, you tired? I didn't realize you were so tired. I was like, I didn't realize I was so tired. So I've been working on this video all day, kind of in between work, because I really want to pump it out for you guys today. It is 4:30, and I'm hoping to have this video up for you guys by 6. I just need to include this last clip, add the music, proof watch it, which this is another 40+ minute long video. So I need to take an hour to proof watch it, and then of course it's going to take YouTube a good 30-40 minutes to get it up. So I want to have it up by like 7 if I'm lucky. We'll see, but I do want to get it up today. Today is the 5th, and I really hope and pray it'll be up. So you guys might get a little bit of a late upload from me. So I hope you guys, it'll be a perfect like wind down time for you guys to watch it while you're kind of doing whatever you're doing, cooking dinner, winding down for the night, a little bit of self-care or whatever you got going on. But I am so sorry I did not end this video last night after I ended up cooking dinner. Dinner was very good. The green beans, always a hit. The potatoes, yum, don't need to explain those. The chicken, we were really surprised how impromptu the little like buffalo, you know, fried, crispy, pan fried little nuggets were. But they were very good, and the best part about it was I was still able to keep them at pretty much maybe like 1 or 2 carbs because of the couple tablespoons of cornstarch I used. But if you spread a couple tablespoons of cornstarch over all that chicken, you're barely taking in a couple of carbs. So Dinner was really, really good. Today has been a good day. I did not vlog today, as you can tell. It is Thursday the 5th, and I vlogged yesterday, which is the video you guys are seeing right now. And I did not vlog today. I took today off to just take my time editing, work, self-care. Hubs went back to work today, and it was my first day home by myself in 2 weeks. So I just wanted to have a day, just me, and even still I'm working both jobs, and I don't consider YouTube a job, but you know what I mean, to both responsibilities, my actual income where I make my income and my living, and then doing what I love, which is my content creating. So I have been a busy little cookie today. My kitchen is a wreck. I haven't touched the kitchen all day. The pots and pans from dinner are still sitting on my counter. Who am I? Like, I need to go soak the pans because they have sat on the counter all day. They were sitting on the counter from last night. That is how I know I was exhausted, because I do not lay down without turning my kitchen over for the night. So anyway, don't want to make this outro too long. One thing I did want to mention in this video is we hit 2,500 subscribers. So we hit 2,500 subscribers here on YouTube. That is 2,500 people who decided they wanted to give me a shot at supporting. They wanted to give me a shot at my dream. They wanted to give me a shot at coming along for the wild ride that is my life. And we're at like 93,000 views on my channel. So I am right at the very cusp of 100,000 views. That to me doesn't make sense. Thank y'all. Thank you. Halfway to 5,000, which is going to be a big goal for me. So halfway to 5,000, only 500 away, less than 500 away from 3,000 subscribers. And gosh, we're right at the cusp of 100,000 views. 100,000 times someone clicked on one of my videos and said, I think I want to check her out. That to me is, again, it doesn't make sense in my brain, but I'm forever grateful, forever thankful, forever blessed for this little community that we are creating over here. So with all that being said, I love you guys more than anything in the whole wide world. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm still working on a P.O. box. It's just going to be a matter of when I can get down there, sign up for one, and of course I'll keep all the information down in my description box so you guys can always see the P.O. box, and I would love to have that way to communicate with you guys. Don't forget that you can go follow me over on Instagram. I would love to grow over on Instagram as well. I do have a blog page on Facebook, and I'm really active over there too. It's just Kendra and Bliss. All the information is on my intro, outro, and on my banner and my YouTube channel. So you can find me at Kendra and Bliss on Facebook and on Instagram, and I am on TikTok, but I can't remember if I've changed my TikTok name yet. My TikTok name used to be Mrs. Kendra Clark. I'm not sure. It's either Mrs. Kendra Clark or it's Kendra and Bliss. Just have to pick which one. I'm not sure which one it is, but eventually I'm changing my TikTok name over to Kendra and Bliss as well. That is just a really cute little quirky little username I have used for social media for all these years, and I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. So with all that being said, I've rambled for almost 6 minutes. Don't forget to like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, and say hi. I'm excited to do another full year of YouTube with you guys, and if you are watching this video and you have not yet subscribed and you see that red subscribe button, do me a favor, sis, and hit that button. You're helping to support my dream. It is completely free to you, and it really does support my little family, and it means the absolute world to me. So I love you guys so much, and I will talk to y'all real soon in another video. Bye-bye.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go